Hi folks, this is Joe DeYoung. This video is going to instruct you on how to assemble and use the steering wheel puller that I make and sell to be used on the Willys flat fender Jeep and early CJ5 with a 1.5 inch diameter outer steering column tube. Now let me show you what you're going to get in the package a little closer. So you're going to get two bottom plate halves and screws to hold them together. You're going to get a top plate and two screws to connect it to the bottom plate, a pusher screw, and a what I call don't screw up the horn contactor plate. So let me show you how this goes together. When you get it, you'll notice that one side of the U-shape cutout here is really softened up a lot. It's got a kind of a radius, a radius on it. That goes up. So as you're drawing the steering column, the steering wheel off, it doesn't damage the steering column. Now they're bolted together with two screws. Oops, like so. Then you'll have the horn contactor plate. It's got a big hole and a small hole. Big hole goes in one of these two threaded holes here. Doesn't matter which. The push plate goes on top, and one of the 5/16 screws down through that. The horn contactor plate into the bottom plate. The other screw screws the other half like so, and then the press bolt goes in the center. Now remember, whenever you use a puller, always lubricate the threads on the press bolt so they don't gall and ruin the threads. I'm going to reset up and show you how to use this puller. Whoops. Let's try that out. Yep, that's it. Okay, so your puller's assembled, and you're going to pull the screw out that doesn't have the horn contactor plate on it. It'll be easier that way. Then you're going to pull the nuts off of the bottom plate so that you can separate them. Okay. Separate it like this. Put it around. And then just kind of bring that up like that just to kind of hold it in place. And put the nuts back on. And it's easier if you do it with the screws going down so that the screws don't fall out on you. Now, I hope you can see this, but so your horn contactor has a kind of a raised button on the center of it. The hole here goes over that, like that. That's very, very important. That's kind of what makes mine unique. Put your other screw in. All these screws that screw the push plate to the bottom plate, I screw them in until they're both flush on the bottom of the bottom plate. Got it like that? Okay, again, a reminder, lubricate the threads on the pusher bolt. And the pointy part of the pusher bolt is going to go into the hole in the contactor plate. 15/16 hex on it, so wrench like that, and pull it off, and just crank it off until the horn contactor plate hits the top of the steering wheel. Then you're done. Then you can just pull it off, and there you have it. Just as a side note, if you happen to damage your threads on the end of your steering column tube, that thread is a 13/16 20. So if you have to get a thread file, you need a 20 pitch thread file or a 13/16 20 die. If you have any questions about the Polar or Jeeps in general, you're welcome to contact me. I can be contacted through the CJ3B page. My username is Joe DeYoung. Or you can contact me via email, joe@madcitywillies.com. Thanks for watching.